We're going to talk about Erika Jayne, Erika Girardi, whatever you want to call her right now, the one who's claiming that, well, there's no Ozempic involved, because now she's been linked to this man who we've talked about. Jason, do you know anything about this, or am I just filling you in?
A little bit. But then you were telling me that this man who she's linked to is actually married and is a friend of Tom's.
Yeah, or at least was. Okay.
Can we go back to the Ozempic thing? Dolores came out and said, yeah, I've done it. A lot of everyone's doing it. They can't use that as an excuse anymore. Not when everyone's talking about it.
Yeah. Well, one, you can't say first of all, freedom of speech. You can say whatever you want. And if you want to own something and get ahead of it before somebody else comes out, and you have like somebody from your pharmacy who's now all of a sudden leaking something and saying that they're giving you Ozempic, you know what I mean? Like, you might as well just tell the truth, especially when you're in their position, because it will come out, or you'll accidentally share it with a cast member like they're your best friend, and one day they'll be your worst enemy and they'll just out you anyways. But for Erika has lost a substantial amount of weight. Mind you, this is her, and you can tell she's extremely skinny. But mind you, you were an athlete. You know that when you start preparing for a show, you shed. Right? Like, really quickly?
Listen, 100%. Even taking a month off when I used to perform with Cirque du Soleil and we used to come back into rehearsals, you just shed a lot. And I know I supposedly her new show is very, very dance forward. So that might be part of it. Yeah, 100%.
Okay. Well, she was linked to this guy his name is Jim Wilkes, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is just a lot. All right. So now she's addressing it and she's denying it. Let me just give you a little bit of a tidbit really quick. The guy is the guy that Ronald Richards was talking about. Because remember, a long time ago, we had Ronald Richards on our channel, and he said that they were trying to get to the bottom of who is funding Erika's legal fees, because it's hundreds of that. Think about it like this. If Lala's paying close to $1 million to fight for custody of her daughter, imagine what Erika's paying to fight for her life. Right? So this guy... There was somebody who was funding her legal fees and they couldn't get to the bottom of it. And finally he did when he got his answer. And he's like, I'm not going to out the person who's financially supporting. We just wanted to be able to trace the funds back. Well, that's this guy. And his name is Jim Wilkes.
Jim Wilkes.
Yes. She's denying this, though. On the May 30th episode of Two T's in a Pod podcast with Tamra Judge, Teddy asked, is she in a romantic relationship with this guy, or is it just her attorney? Which is something that we all wanted to know, especially because everybody immediately thought that Erika would end up being with a guy who was older, who had deep pockets, because it's like what she knows. It's what she knew for the longest time. Why would she not be with somebody like that? Right? Wait, I'm going to see actually if I could just let me just bring it up so I don't have to show it on here. Hold on. Let's cue Tamra and Teddy because they got this.
In a romantic relationship with this guy, or is he her attorney?
I was like, I just want to get to the bottom of this.
Did you call her?
So I sent Erika a text this morning. I was like, so tell it to me like it is. And she wrote, LOL. It's absolutely ridiculous. She does a smiley face and she writes, Jim Wilkes is my lawyer and longtime family friend.
And I believe her. You heard it here first, people.
You heard it here first.
Is she in a
Well, sure, we heard that you believe her here first, but that doesn't mean that we believe you. So my thing is here, getting back to it, after everyone immediately started speculating that the two were together because they were photographed together in Vegas, he decided to go on his Instagram and post this beautiful photo with his wife.
Oh, well, I wish there's better ways to do this, but yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to take you over to Jim Wilkes' Instagram right now. Here he is. So as you can see, this is Jim Wilkes' Instagram over here. Okay, we didn't need that.
Okay.
This is his wife. I did not mean to. Hold on. Me and my wife and me having a nice moment. Okay, this was his answer. Now everyone's like, why did you just randomly post this? Is it because you're trying to get ahead of it and you think that this is ridiculous when really you were just in Vegas supporting Erika? But the fans are divided. Only because if this is somebody who is a part of the legal team and this is a longtime family friend, yeah, sure, we get that. First of all, you're married. Who gives a shit? What does that mean? Not saying that, like, it doesn't mean that people haven't done it before. And why are you paying her legal bills? If there's nothing more to it, you're just that good of a friend where you're like, hey, shit, you get 500,000. You get 500,000. Is it like that great of a friendship? Because I mean,
listen, I need a friend like that too.
What are your thoughts?
I don't know. It's like what was happening? You know, like where was she coming from? Where were they going? That would be my first question. Damn, she looks so skinny.
Yeah, she looks
skinny.
so skinny.
However, you know, there was a video of her leaving. This was many, many months ago, but after they were filming Beverly Hills, and she was leaving a lunch in Bel Air, and she was in really, like, you know, tight, short skirt dress, and she looked also very thin back then. So I don't know if it's the rehearsal, the Ozempic. I know I should really be taking Ozempic for weight loss anyway. Like, that's crazy, but she looks thin right now.
She does look
and
thin.
I don't want to judge anyone's like weight and body, how they look, you know, who knows what she's going through, but
well, you don't have to judge them because we have somebody else who will. Cue Ronald Richards. Ronald Richards decided to share Jim Wilkes' mugshot. This is the mugshot, as you can see. And he shared the fact that Jim Wilkes got in trouble. It's right here. Tampa lawyer was arrested after firing shots in the home during an argument. So what was said was the same person who is helping Erika out was saying, I had this woman in my house. This didn't happen too long ago, by the way. I had this woman in my house. We had an argument. I'm an attorney. I can handle an argument. I couldn't get her to calm down. So what I did was I took out my weapon and I fired a few rounds into the wall and into the bed.
That makes zero sense, but okay.
That's how you solve an argument?
Yeah.
Like, what do you tell your clients? How do you tell them to solve arguments? Do we need to also bring mediation into the home?
Maybe that's how he gets clients. I have no idea. I have no idea. This is just, it's all red flags. And I don't know what's happening between Erika and this man, if this man is even whatever, but I want to go back to, why do these women choose men with red flags?
Because I feel like a lot of the people who are in that top 1%, that upper echelon of just wealth, money, power.
I said housewives. I'm not talking about the top 1%.
No. But I'm saying no. But if you look at the top percent of like some of these people who are, you know, either funneling millions and millions of dollars or, you know, like burning through $100 million, like these are amounts that it's just not something that most people are accustomed to. And I think a lot of the people who are up at that level navigating these high amounts, I think that there's a lot of corruption. And I think that they get used to a certain lifestyle and they know how to navigate the corruption. They know how to keep quiet. They know they need to do X, Y, and Z in order to live their life a certain way. And I think that do you live your life with like this guy who's like, you roll over at night and you're like, shit, I need to take another shot before I go to sleep with this Furby looking thing, but I will wake up and get in my Bugatti and drive right out of my 10,000 square foot mansion. Or do you wake up next to the hot guy with the abs who's broke as shit, living in a shitty apartment in West Hollywood with no windows? Which one?
To each their own. To each their own. Just again, like, let's just back up. If this is at all true, there's some kind of relationship happening between Erika and this Jim Wilkes guy. Like, you're walking off another cliff, you know, but if he's paying your bills, he's paying your bills, you know?
If he's paying your bills, then just keep your tip jar out there and keep going, girl. We will stop talking about you until you
sell tickets to that show.